Hey, what's up guys? This is Colin. Thanks for checking out this video. A couple disclaimers I just wanted to mention. This fan mod is not designed to fix cooling issues. My cooling system's been rebuilt. Everything's brand new except for the radiator. So I know it's bulletproof right now. So I'm adding this as a benefit. This is not meant to fix a previous issue like an overheating car or some sort of other cooling system issue. So yeah, that's that. The other thing, it will be deleting doing it this way. Your fog lights. I'm not using fog lights because I take my bumper on and off a lot. It doesn't make sense to have them, and I wanted to do this mod for 100% free. So the other thing I wanted to mention is you want to disconnect the battery. I feel like it goes without saying, but for anybody that may not know, you want to disconnect. This is your negative terminal here, so you can just pull this screw. This nut, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. The other thing you can do while I'm in here is, this is just your ground, right? So this grounds your battery. This switch was added, so basically you can just turn this, boom, and it disconnects your battery without having to unscrew it. Alright, what's up guys? So I got a request to make this a how-to on how to wire your auxiliary fan and an E36 to your fog light switch. I'm going to make this as quick as possible because I'm losing daylight. So if I leave anything out, feel free to comment or tell me how I'm doing it wrong and if I'm going to blow my motor up. So basically, what you'll need for this mod is your auxiliary fan, your fog light switch, and then some tools like these. We're talking a Phillips. You're going to need some clippers like these. You're going to need some wire strippers. You're going to need some electrical tape, and then you're also going to need some length of wire of some gauge. So let's get started. Alright, so this is what this is exactly what it's going to look like from the factory, most likely if it's aftermarket, not without this blue wire. This is your temp switch, so this has the ability to turn on and off the auxiliary fan that we were talking about. It has two speeds, a high and a low, and usually those are going to be whether the air conditioning is on or I don't know, if your engine gets too hot. For me, this wasn't working, so what I did is I hopped these two here because there's a ground, which is brown, and then a high and a low. I believe the high was black and the low was purple. So what I did is, after I took a wire and hopped both of these and figured out that everything worked, I was like, okay, cool, chopped it off. Then what you do is you've got your three wires, right? So these three right here, you can't really see them, but basically there's three right here. A brown, the black, and then actually the purple one on my harness went to a black and green. So black and green being low speed. What I did is I soldered. You can use butt connectors, you can use tape, but I soldered. And this wire I actually pulled out of the amplifier harness. So as everybody knows, if you have an E36, there's like a million wires in there. So I took these out and repurposed them. Now, what I did, after I confirmed that everything worked, is I patched these two in. I remembered which was which. Actually, scratch that. It doesn't matter because it's just an on-off switch. So after I patched that, you can see right here, I ran that underneath that cowl right there, along where actually the stock harness goes. Tucked it right under here, and then from here you're gonna have to get creative. I used a hole that I believe has some sort of fluid going through it. I'm pretty sure it was either the clutch fluid hose or the brake line. I don't know, but anyway, you got to get through your firewall somehow. So what I did is I just used an existing hole. Alright, now for the inside of the car. So here's where your fog light switch is, right? Boom, right there. Here's an identical copy. All this is an on-off switch. So you've got two pins. Now what I did is I used solder because I didn't want to hack into this switch. I could have cut out and then wrapped around. I could have done a bunch of different things, but what I did is I just soldered my wires directly to that. Now, important, make sure to save yourself some hassle, make sure you thread your wiring up, because we already went through the firewall, right? So when you come up through your firewall, by the way, this is the Phillips head. Pull that Phillips head out, and then this whole piece just comes out. And then you can detach the fog light harness. But when this switch pops out, make sure you thread your wire through the hole in this. Otherwise you will have to recut your solder and do it again. So you pull your wire through there, you solder the two things on, test it, boom boom, you're done.